after the Doctor Who day, and everybody must have seen it by now. But if you haven't, then I'm not going to talk about it anyway, because I talked about it yesterday. You can watch that if you want to see that, and I don't know who's interested. And there's another one at Christmas. Hooray! Christmas, which is 15 days away, is it? Oh my goodness me. It just comes around so quick, doesn't it? Happy Hanukkah for those that celebrate that, but Christmas very, very, very soon. And then it'll be the end of the year, and everybody will have to go, hooray! Yes! And also, have a nice time, you. Have a nice night to you, and Noswithai. 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 Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm here, and so are you. What a lovely thing to do. And we're all here together. Good evening. Nostar. Nostar. Thar and da. Sometimes they mutate, sometimes they don't. It's a very strange language. Yes. Noswaith. Good evening. Noswaitha. Nostar. Good night. Good night. I'm going now. No, I'm not going yet. Why would I go yet? So it's been lovely. Hey, everybody. Yes. Good friend with the night. I think that's what you actually said, I think, but yes, friend, good with the night. Don't know whether that's what you meant to say, but thank you very much. That was not right, but it might have been, because I don't really speak it very well, even though I've been learning since 2018. I've been watching rugby with the subtitles, not the subtitles, the Welsh. Good evening, friends. Well, that would be Noswaitha. Friend I. Good night, friends. Friends. I don't know. Dwee friend. Yes, I don't know. I don't even know anymore. I don't know. It's not the same order of the words, and now I'm all confused, and I've confused myself. Why have I confused myself? Anyway, yes, the words were right. Not necessarily in the right order, but maybe they were. What do I know? Yeah, so I've been watching like rugby. I don't understand rugby, but I'm playing that. I know some of those words more. I think I know. They're talking about how they've played a really good game, and they've been very lucky, and and they've done a pass, and yes, I understand what's going on, even though I don't understand rugby. So it's probably not the best thing to do if you're trying to understand the language, if you don't understand the actual game. G with a little E, with a little tall little roof on it, the E and an M. Game. I don't know whether you pronounce it game, but that's how you spell it. Anyway, game. How are you, everybody? Have you had a nice evening? Have you had a nice night? It's been a bit of a strange one, hasn't it? It's been up and down. We went to a craft fair yesterday. My dad had all his prints out, and he paid £4 for it, and he sold £16 worth of stuff. But it cost me some money to get up there, and we bought tea and coffee and raffle tickets. So I suppose it was nice to have a time out of the house and stuff. I'm a bit annoyed about buses though, because the way that in London you've got the cap is about £4.40 or something for buses for travelling all around all day. Now I might have said it, there's like a £7.50 ticket for like a day return that's just in the Torvine area, which is the sort of county borough sort of thing, and £8.50 if you want to go to Cardiff and that, and you can go back and forth and you can use it all day. But I bought a return, a £3.70 return. So you tap it in and you say, can I have the return? And they do that. But if you if you get a sort of day card, then you also get a ticket. But there's another way to do it where you tap in and you tap out. Now, the bus driver I got, I said, can I have a return, which is £3.70, and I tapped it on, and then he said, and then it sort of went up, and I was like, oh, and he went, tap it again. I went, tap it again. So, and he charged £3.70. I was like, it looks like you charged me before. And he's like, oh no, because you tapped it on another time. And I'm like, I don't think I did. But you're not going to charge me twice, are you? No, he goes, no. So £3.70. Bear in mind, £8.50, you can travel all around the whole area, all day, back and forth, back and forth. And this was like a 2-minute journey. £3.70. Plus, when I looked at my bank, they charged me £10 for the tapping in and not tapping out again, even though I'd got a ticket at the same time. So they charged me £13.70 for no reason at all. And there's no easy way. I've contacted them all over the place, and they're like, oh, we'll sort that out, but you have to do more steps and give us more details. And I'm like, just give me my blooming money. You overcharged me. I feel scammed. I'm very wary about getting on the bus again. So I went on the bus yesterday up to this place, and I'm like, Lord knows what they're going to charge me. £150,000 possibly, and but I'll never get it back. So I'm very wary about going anywhere. So I'm like, I'm going to stay in the house. I'm not going to go anywhere. I was going to go to Cardiff tomorrow, but I don't think that I will. So I don't know how much it will cost me, and I don't know whether I've got enough to. I have to sell a kidney. I can only sell one of my dad's because he's only got one. So I can't sell any of them really because he's only got one. So that would be a bad move. But I can sell one of mine because I've got 2 at the moment, but not 2 because maybe I've got 4. Like if I was the Doctor, Doctor Who, who's presumably got 4 kidneys and 4 hearts at the moment. 2 each. Spoilers. Anyway, that was fun. That was ever so fun, and I was like showing my puppets off. Yes, I was trying to look for more puppets, and I couldn't find them because I still haven't unpacked all the stuff that I've got. But while I was looking, I was like, I've got more puppets. Should I go and find them? I didn't find them. I did find 2 jars, 2 jars of marmalade that I packed up from my store cupboard back in London and hadn't unpacked. So I was like, oh no, there's probably loads of stuff that I haven't really, that's probably still in the boxes and bags and stuff that's all piled up, and I'll never see it again. I don't want to look through it, it's too depressing. And I'm so annoyed about the £10 that I can ill afford. £10! How dare they? How very dare they? Unbelievable. It's not good enough because you don't have to tap in and tap out on the buses in London. The tubes, you tap in and you tap out. The buses, you just do the once and that's fine. Oh, shocking. Very annoyed. It's not right. And it's the same it's Stagecoach, so it's the same company. They should have the same thing all the way through the world, through the country, through everywhere. It's not good enough. Anyway, I'm very annoyed about the buses. I hope the buses go to hell. I'm very, very, very annoyed about the buses. I'm not very well about the buses. Buses are horrible and I don't know what to do about it because I can't go anywhere without buses because I haven't got a car. The buses don't go very far. So I can't go anywhere. And I was going to go, I might go to Cardiff next week, but I'm going to see whether I can sort out this £10 thing because I'm like, that would have been the money and some that I would have used to travel to Cardiff. But I'm like, so if I can sort it out by the middle of the week, maybe I'll go on Wednesday. But it's so cold and so damp and horrible out. So I'm just like looking at And also, everyone's getting sick. Half my family is very sick at the moment. And that's not good. So it's a dangerous world out there. It's still very, very dangerous. Very horrible and dangerous. So who knows what to do? Who knows what to do? Yeah. I don't know what to do. So what's happened since I saw you last? Well, I mean, I did the Doctor Who thing yesterday, so go back and see that. Some people turned up, which is more like one the week before and none, I think, the week before that. But I had 2 or 3 people actually talk to me yesterday, which was good. But it's still quite difficult to sort of talk about it and think about things to say, because it was quite in the moment. It was just after the episode had aired. I gave it a couple of minutes so that people could watch the Unleashed afterwards to see the behind the scenes, which I would have seen, but the shopping came again, and I'd planned the shopping to come, the online shopping to come at 9 o'clock, well after all of that, but it came early again, so I had to sort that out. So I was like, so I didn't see the Unleashed. Don't know what happened in it. There's probably all sorts of very important stuff that I didn't see. It's only 3 people. I had 4 people a minute ago, but now I've only got 3. I'm dropping you away with my burbling and my guitar. At least 2 of you liked it for a little while, which is better than usual. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah, Christmas is coming up and the goose is getting fat. Don't eat geese. I've got nothing against geese. Probably why I'm not eating them. Yeah, so I don't know. What are we gonna eat for Christmas dinner? Because I mean, sometimes I do eat meat, not very often, but sometimes, like, it's like Christmas we'll have a turkey, but no, they're like £150. I'm not even exaggerating. It's £125, £150 for a turkey. I mean, life is expensive. I give you that. It's not like life is cheap. Life, obviously, Bernard Matthews isn't even around anymore. Maybe we can have him to eat for Christmas dinner. No, I think that would probably be a long time ago. Unless they froze him. That's a bit grim. I mean, if you're going to eat meat, you're going to eat meat. Does it matter which one it is? Apparently, it's not even illegal to be a cannibal in this country, which is bizarre. You can't obviously use your own farming methods. But if somebody happens to have died, apparently, it's just like, what? Cannibalism is not illegal in itself. That sounds a bit unlikely and bizarre. Obviously, that's not what we're going to have for Christmas dinner. So I don't know why I'm going to have for Christmas dinner. I bought, like, for last Christmas, I bought like a Linda McCartney chicken sort of chicken flavour bake. But Linda McCartney's a vegetarian. Well, she was a vegetarian, but it's a vegetarian bake. So that's been in the freezer for over a year. So I suppose, if that's still, I don't know how long you can really freeze things. My mum's had a couple of freezers since then, so it might be out the freezer. It might not be edible at all. But I'm thinking probably vegetably wise, it's probably more likely to not have gone off in the freezer than meaty stuff. So maybe I'll have that. I don't know. What's everyone else having? Are you having Christmas lunch? Dinner lunch? Are you having that? Is anybody having that? Does anybody celebrate? I'm not a Christian person, but I celebrate Christmas anyway because I like Christmas. And it's also it's not really a pagan celebration, but it is the pagan celebrations that were there before that we used to celebrate the Christmas. Like Mary Lloyd. Yes, a family meal with turkey. So you're eating your family and a turkey. Yes. Cannibalism. Yeah, family meal and a turkey. Yeah, that's the traditional thing, but it's so expensive. I don't know whether you've bought yours yet. But yeah, the Mary Lloyd. Anyway, it's a grey mare. Or Grey Mary. A Grey Mary mare, which is a horse's head. I put the video up on TikTok. It's too long for a short. It's too long to be a short on YouTube, which is very annoying. But it's it's like 2 minutes. It's like it's too long to be it's too long to be a short, but it's too short to be a long. You see what I mean? And it's the wrong one. Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. So Philip's prepared. Philip is prepared. Bus pirates, Sarah Fingal. I just seen that. Yes, bus pirates is what we need to be for Christmas and for the New Year as well. I'm thinking I need to be more creative. I'm like, I had a lot of games on my phone which I was just playing because you get points or money and you can cash them in for like Amazon vouchers and things. So I'm like, well, I'm doing something that's good, but I'm like, I'm wasting my time. And I just got really fed up with this sort of merge game that you merge things and then you do like puzzle match games and I got so far and I'm like, I can't get any further. I've just got, I don't know whether you know about them, like farming games as well. You get like a little patch of land and then you have to do stuff with it. It was completely full of nonsense and I couldn't merge anything. I was like, I have to save these things up. And there was one thing I could do to get more land and it's not happening. It's like you could trade things in and I was like, fair to that. I'm wasting my time and it's futile exercise and I'm not getting any points for it because I've got to the point in the game where it takes ages to get any points. It's like, I should actually be doing some work and creative stuff, but I'm just not in the mood. I did see that, is it called Substack? I don't know whether anybody's got any experience of that, but apparently the person that wrote the Villanelle, which are the Killing Eve novels, has written another one which they've put on Substack for free for people because people weren't very happy with the TV version because they got rid of the character at the end. He's like, that's not good enough. I'm gonna, for fans, here's a free thing that and Substack apparently it's like in the Dickensian days where it's like you get a little bit of the story and it's serialized. I was like, maybe I'll do that. I haven't got round to that yet. But if anybody has got experience of Substack or wants to know, back in the day, I think Philip was on it, there was a live journal, Penny Dreadfuls thing. But there wasn't any money in that back in the day. But there might be some money. I mean, although you can make it free, you can also go, I will charge you 50p to read this chapter of the book. So you can charge £10 for each chapter. And that means you've paid hundreds of pounds to read the story, which is a bit much. But you can just have a nominal amount. And then by the end of it, you've paid a reasonable amount. As much as you would have done if it was a novel, but over a period, installments, and it also gives the writer chance to respond to feedback. It's like, this isn't working, is it? What do you want to see in my novel? Not that I'm going to just Penny Dreadfuls, yes. Well, maybe you can go on Substack and charge 50p per chapter. Or you can go, and this chapter's free, and then you have to, I've given you the free chapter, and the next chapter's £200, and you need to know it because this was an amazing, tricksy little cliffhanger that I gave you, and now you have to read it so you can trick people. Anyway, I don't really know how it works, but that looks like I need to do something. Oh, and I keep meaning to make videos, but I'm just like so like on TikTok. I didn't make a video for ages, and then I made one yesterday about the bus drama that I've just recounted to you, but it was more like and in the moment, and it hasn't even processed yet, so it's got no views and nothing is happening with it. Unbelievable, I know. And then I put one about Doctor Who this month. I haven't done any videos for so long because I'm just like, oh, what's the point? That's the problem. As I was saying, did I say this yesterday about Matisse? Yeah, Matisse needs an audience. Matisse said, I didn't say it to you. I said it to somebody on Zoom. I can't even believe, I did have a Zoom call with somebody that's supposedly productive. Anyway, but no, Matisse, I saw this program about Matisse, and Matisse said that you have to have an audience. There's no point creating unless there's somebody to see it, which is true. I'm like, I'm just working in a vacuum and there's loads of stuff and nobody watches it, nobody cares. There's 4 of you, that's nice. 2 of you liked it, that's even nicer. But and also what he used to do is wait until he was really, really bored, and then he would create, but only from boredom. And I think that's the trouble with these mergy games that 12,000 words it is quite short. You can carry on with that though. So these mergy games where you merge things and you do puzzles, you never get bored. You're bored while you're doing them because they're boring. But you're like never to the point of boredom where you're like, now I must create. You're just sort of like on sort of I think the word is edging. But yeah, but in a different context. So you're always on the verge of not being bored enough to create, but just sort of being just about sort of like I am really so yeah, I got rid of that. And that was like 2 days ago, but I have not written or done anything. I suppose I did do a YouTube video there since that. Not YouTube video, the other place. My mum said, why don't you make YouTube videos anymore? Because she doesn't like TikTok. It's like, good point, because nobody watches them on that. It's like, I got very few subscribers or followers or whatever you call it on that place. Hardly anyone, but still more people watch my videos there than watch them here. It doesn't make any sense because I've got like over 4,000 here. Do I get any views? No. Never, ever, ever. Doesn't matter what I do. I'm not the friend of the algorithm, although I've heard that the like on makes a difference and you have to go like this. Whereas before you had to go like this. Now you have to go like this. And you have to, and apparently Mr. Beast found that if you go like this, then you get more views. But then Mr. Beast gives away hundreds and thousands of pounds. So he's buying his views, basically, through the back door. So and it's Mr. Beast. So I think he's just got a built-in audience by now because people are expecting acts of charity and stuff from him. I don't actually know much about Mr. Beast. I've heard that he's got a friend that he was nice about and he gives away money. That's all I know about Mr. Beast, and he's very, very popular. I think they were talking about him on South Park or something like that. What do I know about Mr. Beast? Nothing. I've fallen out of favour with YouTube. I don't watch YouTube anymore. I used to watch all the people and know all the drama and more, but now I do not know anything about YouTube at all. I'm very, very out of the loop, but nobody knows at all. Nobody watches my videos. Nobody watches my videos. Nobody watches my videos. Nobody. And that's probably because I do this sort of thing. Nobody watches my videos. Nobody watches my videos. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is not a boy. He is a man. A big old man. Mr. Beast has been around for quite a while. Probably around as long as me. But he's been more successful. I found out that I won Time Magazine Person of the Year in 2006. Very much the same way that I won an Edinburgh Fringe, it was, I don't know whether it's Perrier or it was like the Perrier Awards, but they were sponsored by somebody else at that point. Something like Foster's. Maybe it was Foster's. So one year in 2007, I think it was. The thing is, the Time Magazine of the year 2006 was you, because it was user-generated content. It was like the anonymous people that make user-generated content, of which I do much of. I did in 2006, so therefore I did win Time Magazine of the Year, Person of the Year, and also I won my, for the Fringe Award, it was people that took part in the Fringe, because they couldn't be bothered to find one person, because nobody did good enough, I think it is. So Spirit of the Fringe. Spirit of the Fringe, Spirit of the Fringe. I won the Spirit of the Fringe Award, because that's the year I took part, and it was in the book and everything. So I won an award, technically. And I won an award in 2006, technically. And I actually did win a super short award that I actually won. So I'm award winning, and I also won Upstage with lots of people from YouTube back in the day, 2008. That's years ago, 15 years ago. I won that. I've won lots of awards, but not for a while. Oh, I'm award winning, awards everywhere. Person of the Year from Time and Spirit of the Fringe and Super Shorts Talent. Best actor and the best person in the BBC for Upstaged. I mean, there was 10 of us all together. By the end of it, it whittled down. There was only about 4 of us. I tell you what, one of the people that was involved in the early days, who's got a different name, so I was unaware. I keep getting approached for people that have got like scammy, hey, oh my gosh, I've lost my wallet and you need to buy me a gift card and then send it to me, and I keep getting those things. And somebody on Instagram, which I barely use, went, hey, can you do me a favour? Which is how they ought. And I go, wait, it's not buying a gift card, is it? And they're like, no, it's I entered a competition and I need people to vote for me. I was like, because I was like, I think this is somebody that was in Upstage with, but they dropped out quite early on. And also, it's like, don't not talk to me for 15 years and then approach me on Instagram, which I hardly use, with a scammy, hey, can you do me a favour? Out of the blue. And then expect me. And so the next thing was like, question mark. It's like, no, I'm just going to leave you on unread, question mark. I'm not going to vote for you. You've got to warm me up a little bit of foreplay with your with. I will vote for you if you're friends with me. I will vote for you if I like you. I will not vote for you if you haven't contacted me for 15 years and you just want me to do you a favour. Come on, not on a platform that, I mean, come on. When I couldn't even remember who this was because they're not using the same name now. I'm like, I think this is who they were. Why are you asking me to vote for you? I don't ask you to vote for me. I would like it if people voted for me, but I'm not actually in any competition at the moment. But I wouldn't approach people that I haven't seen for 15 years and go, hey, go on, vote for me. That's all I've got to say. For that. So I don't know what's happening anymore. Apparently it's all about the hustle. Yes, it is all about the hustle. It's like, good Lord. The thing is, I learned my lesson back in the day. When Facebook, one of the things that you did on Facebook was like do invites and stuff. And I invited some people that I thought would be interested in coming to see an event. And some person got really angry at me. And it's like, I can't believe you've asked me to an event. I mean, the gall of it. And so I never invited anyone for any events ever again, which was probably bad because I have had things where people have gone, why did you not invite everybody on Facebook? It's like, because people get angry at you when you invite them to events. And they don't. You go maybe. Maybe means no, I'm not coming. Leave me alone. Or they just ignore you. And if they go yes, that means I'm not coming, but I don't want to let you know that. And then you expect me, and then I'll let you down at the last minute, and you'll go, well, I had 20 people coming to this event, and I haven't got anybody coming to this event because you lied. I have done that myself, that I thought I was going to come, and then at the last minute I'm like, I've got no money and I've got no spoons, and I feel really depressed and I don't want to go to your event. I'm really sorry. I don't feel well. I've got a headache, and I usually have, because I get headaches in the middle of the day and in the middle of the night, out of the blue, and I'm like, I really want to go to this thing, but I feel awful. Ugh. It's just, I'm like a wet rag sometimes. It's like, I don't think I've got a chronic illness per se, but I do feel ill all the time, which I suppose is in a way. But I don't know what the name of it is. It's not hypochondria if you're just ill but you don't know what it is, because hypochondriacs go, I've got this thing and I've definitely got this thing and it's got a name and I've definitely got this illness, whereas I just feel pretty horrible most of the time with no discernible cause or reason. Hooray! So I'm like, what's the point? I'm just like, it gets in the way of doing things, because you make plans, you're like, that's going to be good, and then you have to do them anyway, even though you feel like hell, or you just feel, if you can get out of them, if at all possible, then that's probably better and you can have a rest. Hopefully I do feel better this week. I've already had a headache once or twice this week. I've already felt like hell once or twice this week. And I'm not sleeping well once or twice this week. I'm not sleeping at all. I'm sleeping like hell this week. I'm not sleeping well. I don't know what it is. I go to sleep at about 12 to 1 o'clock. And then I wake up at about 3 o'clock and go, that's not enough sleep. And then I was playing that stupid farming game that didn't help. It's not a mergy game, whatever. But I've taken that off my phone. But still, sometimes I put on videos and I fall asleep with the video on my face like that. And then I wake up and then I go, oh, I should turn that off and have some real sleep. But I can't. I keep waking up and then I try to go back to sleep, and then about 5 o'clock in the morning I'm like, I may as well get up now. So I got up about 5 or 6 this morning after going to sleep at 12 o'clock and waking up about 4 o'clock. There's not enough sleep. I'm not feeling too bad today, but I'm not feeling too good either. And that's probably because of the sleep in this particular instance. Yeah! Anyway, the world has gone. I saw the Julia Roberts thing. I can't even remember what it is. That I think the main plot point is Friends. That if you've seen it on Netflix, Friends, which I think about it is a bigger spoiler than it should be. Yes, I hope I sleep when I next get there. I'm probably going to just go sleep now. Just before I even signed off. But the Julia Roberts thing, which I started watching this morning at about 5 o'clock, and then my dad came down and was like, oh, I wanted to see this. And my mum was like, oh, I can't remember, what's this? And I'm like, you told me about it, because she'd been on Graham Norton, not my mum. Julia Roberts had been on Graham Norton, and my mum had said, oh, Julia Roberts is in a new film in Netflix. I'm like, oh, I'll look at that, whatever. And I keep saying, it's that film that you said about. She's like, what film? What are you talking about? So, but my dad, like halfway through, and he's like, oh, I wanted to see this. Why didn't you wait for me? So I went back to the beginning, or you watched it again. And I thought, this is quite a slow burning film. He's not really going to like it. I was like, you probably don't want, it's just like, you said you wanted to watch it. So he watched it and he fell asleep. And then I was like, wake up, I'll make you tea. And we watched the rest of it. And he was like, this is a stupid film. It's like, you're the one that wanted to watch it. Anyway, he was like, oh, that's right. And then we watched it all the way to the end. He was like, that was a rubbish film. Why did we watch that? It's like, so it's a film that a lot of people have acclaimed. At the end, I just went, ha! Ha! You trolled me, film. Ha! You've completely trolled me, film. Ha! So if you want to be trolled by a film, watch that film. So that's a massive spoiler. I'm sorry, but I've probably saved you 2 or 3 hours. It seemed to be a very long film. Hours and hours and hours. And it's in parts. So my mum kept falling asleep and waking up. She's like, how many parts more has it got? It's like, it's a film. It's not a TV series. It's a film. She's like, is it a film? I'm like, yes, you told me about it. This is a film you told me about. What film? This film. She's fallen asleep. Anyway, so this is fun. Fun for all the family. No fun for all the family. But yes, you've got to have friends. Yeah, so that's good. And Julia Roberts got interviewed about it, and somebody asked her about Friends, and she said it was a heartwarming. She was in an episode of Friends, and she was I think she went out with Matthew Perry, and he dumped her because he didn't think that he thought that she'd leave him. So in order to curtail that, he dumped her, and I think she was like, whatever. So somebody in an interview asked her about Friends, which is a plot point in this film. And she was talking about, oh, Friends is, I don't know, I was in Friends and blah, 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 Friends. And apparently didn't mention Matthew Perry, who obviously things happened to Matthew Perry. And everyone's like, it's outrageous she didn't mention him. But so I was thinking, probably, I mean, he's no longer with us, but probably if somebody's messed you about and dumped you, you're not going to say, yeah. Also, what's that going to do with anything? Because the reason they asked they asked her about Friends was because Friends is featured in this particular film in a certain way. Anyway, it's a film. It's a dystopian sort of end of the world film, of which there are many. I don't know what else to say about that. Watch it if you want. I don't know. And watch Doctor Who. There's a Doctor Who at Christmas, which I really want to see. And I think they're probably not going to have them until about Easter, which is like, that's most disappointing. Because I want to see more Ncuti Gatwa, who's in his pants, who's in a kilt, who's in all sorts of amazing costumes. Ncuti Gatwa and his costumes. All sorts of costumes. That looks fun. Anyway, I will see you again next week. There's no Doctor Who next Saturday, so I'll be here on Sunday. And I might, if I get my money back from the buses and feel confident enough that they're not going to take all my money, I might go to Cardiff. But I'm, at the moment, I'm just like, But maybe not. So yes, have a good week. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for your likes, the 2 people that like me. Keep liking me. Everyone should like me. Like me. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And yeah, be well to you. Be well. That's the different thing. Anyway, be well and be fruitful and have a lovely week. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.